Hey Lola, my homegirl, my partner, my co-moderator tonight.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening, you guys?
Well,
Live in Houston coming to y'all tonight.
all right. As y'all come in, go ahead. She says she live in Houston. Drop inside the chat where you live from. Where you coming from? Go ahead and drop it in the chat. What state, what city? Inside the chat. All right. So we see where we at, how we working across the US, how we can make an impact with multiple people across the world, utilizing this tool that we have that's being embedded in everything. All right. Raleigh, North Carolina, Atlanta, New York. I'm from Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. So definitely. Miss Tavana, what up? Mr. Leroy, Zaire. All right. Cool beans. So as we get started, definitely I'm gonna get started with some we have some guests in the room, some people who have some skill set, but everybody is part of the conversation tonight. It's not gonna be long and winded and everything. Everybody is part of the conversation. We're gonna have a little 3 minutes for each person to speak. And so if we're gonna have 3 questions that we're gonna be presenting, we're gonna be dropping some nuggets, some links inside the chat just to share. We're showing how last week we talked about group economics. We're gonna show how we can share knowledge and resources tonight too, based off of AI and just dropping some nuggets and everything from people who are on high level of AI, low level of AI, mid level, or don't know anything about AI. And so just sharing information and how we can come together and have that economic connection of knowledge and resources and connections. Definitely as we come together, sharing our abilities with my brother Mike here and his organization CPIN. So definitely how we can invest not just money, but how we can invest our talents, our knowledge, and our abilities and opportunities together. Miss Lola is here as she's walking through the Houston and stuff. She's going to be my co-moderator here tonight. I'm going to start off with allowing Mr. Mike, the founder of the organization, with you're going to start off with the disclaimer, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me put that back on the screen. Where is it at? Okay. All right. So I'm not going to read this word for word, but the main thing to remember is that this is for educational purposes only. We strongly encourage you to consult licensed financial advisors, attorneys, or tax professionals before making any significant investment. And the speakers and moderators that you hear tonight, although they may have decades of experience, they may not be licensed or registered within any regulatory authority. So the main thing is to do your homework. This is really about us coming together as a community and having a discussion. Back to you, Antoine.
All right. Party time. That's what I'm talking about. Like he said, you may hear some great stuff tonight, but don't be blaming on me if you invested somewhere and you did something and I ain't tell you. I ain't and nobody in here has that way unless you talk to them separately, you take it up with your lawyer on that end. But this is just an open conversation, discussion, and it's really connections. So I got some of my friends inside here from my AI community. We got some friends in here from investment community and stuff, and just really seeing how we can work together, even, it's here and then even afterwards. So definitely as we go through this process. So as y'all came inside of here and y'all joined here, the conversation, this discussion is all about, can we obtain Black economic freedom through AI? Now, AI is a vast word and stuff. We got Chat GBT, we got Copilot, we got all these, we got Poe, we got all these different types of AI platforms, all these different things. I love Chat Black GPT. Let me go ahead and put that out there. I love that. And I also love the organization or the whole platform that I just had the opportunity a few weeks ago and got to speak on it, Black AI Literacy Week. We have the founder of that tonight here, who brought not only like 40 different people this year and like another 40 different people last year, multiple conversations throughout the week from 9 o'clock in the morning to sometimes 12 at night. Just awesome and everything. So I'm gonna let Stefan introduce himself to the everybody in the room.
All right, what's up, Antoine? Good to see you again.
Yes.
One day we'll have to like meet real, and I think you're
In real life.
Yeah, I know. Y'all, I'm Stefan Youngblood. I'm a dad and a pop to 5. I'm here in North Carolina. I've kind of been in tech for a long time. I was in education for 10 years, teaching elementary, middle school, high school, and then here at Peace University, doing a class the last 3 years there. And I'm very interested in the intersection of this explosive thing, y'all. I'm not the kind of person that's into whatever sci-fi and all of that, but you have something in your hands right now, and I do, and it's super strong. So I just want to see our community completely behind it and understanding it in a responsible way. And just think of it as assisted intelligence. So I do a lot of events around AI literacy, specifically Black AI literacy, to make sure we're up on it. And I appreciate you having me here tonight. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you, Stefan. So definitely reach out to him, find him on LinkedIn, find out every Thursday night. Definitely on Clubhouse and Zoom, dropping nuggets and stuff. I definitely love everything Stefan is doing and all the connections and everything he does for the Black community and how we can encourage people to not just learn it, but get involved in it and to create it and to build it and be a part of it.
Yeah.
So thank you, Stefan, for everything. And we'll hear more from you later too. Lola, you still here?
Yes, sir, I am. I'm
All
still
right.
here.
All right, my homegirl doing real estate, financial stuff, and doing everything all around the world. We talked about land buying the other night and group economics the other night too. What do you think about this AI stuff? With us when we talk about economic empowerment, economic freedom.
I think it's amazing. I was just having a conversation here locally in Houston with my business partner and good girlfriend, and I was saying that it's freeing us up. It's giving us, a lot of us, when we start new businesses or when we endeavor to do things, we don't have the money necessarily to pay the staff, to pay for the research, to pay all these different things. And AI is letting us take leaps and bounds, right? It's letting us cut out some of the middle people so we can take the money to apply to other things in our business. So I think it's amazing. And I definitely think that it will give us a leg up when it comes to making sure that we build in our economy and making our community strong.
Gotcha. So definitely, I hear what you're saying around the economy and everything. And everybody, I think probably everybody in here probably got a Black business, got an LLC. And now we don't want no on the corner businesses. We talking about legality, legal businesses, everyone and stuff like that. LLCs, corporations, legal businesses, and AI is there. I think like Stefan has taught me, we've been utilizing the AI, for years now and everything, and it's been out there and it's been helping. But have we been utilizing it for our businesses to grow? And so, have we actually gotten to the point of utilizing it to make sure that we can scale our businesses? So, what's one? So, I'm gonna ask Ms. Tavana, Rania, you ready to go?
Hi there, everyone.
Hey,
Yes,
hey,
I'm
hey. So,
here.
I'm gonna have you introduce yourself, but I also want you to answer the question because I remember you from the Breakfast Club and everything, your videos and stuff like that. I know you've done a lot of things. I followed you and stuff.
Thank
But
you.
introduce yourself and tell me, how do you think about business and AI along with that intro?
Well, my name is Aquarius Maximus now, but formerly Tavana Evans, so I put it up there so
Yeah.
people can follow me. But I am a data scientist, engineer, developer, and founder. And I've been doing AI for quite some time, and I love it. I definitely love it for us, but I'm concerned as well because for us to really leverage it how we need to leverage it, we're going to have to get into training our own models and et cetera, which is what I do. But it's not it's a very expensive feat. Um, where we really need to be on, because right now we're kind of coming in on the consumer end like we do quite often. And I do like that it helps us in our businesses and can help us 10x the production in our business, because it does that for me. I've founded quite a few tech platforms, and AI has definitely helped me to get these out and get these into production much faster. But we need to be on the training side. We need to be behind the scenes in the data side. And we need to be, because that's where the AI is formed. And right now, the same people who are forming it are the same people who have the power to erase us.
Is that
With that.
that right there?
Right. So we could definitely be erased. You know, I kind of believe that at this point, life imitates art. And because life imitates art, you have AI that's creating the narrative, and you have the people who are going along with the narrative. So if that's the case, then you're talking about the potential erasure of large swaths of our culture, of our characteristics, of our spirituality, of many, many things. The whole entire paradigm can be rewritten again without us, you know, without our input.
Did you say again? Is that what you said?
Again,
I
which
heard
has
you. I
been
heard
done
you.
again and again and again. So we need to get more involved in the behind the scenes, so that we have AIs that fully represent the spectrum of who we are, and that only can come from us. So you know, so that's why I'm doing certain things to try to create. I'm not big on segregation anymore, but I realized the need to have a segregated environment so that we could craft and we could input, you know, our stuff in there. I hit the time
Okay.
up. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you. Thank you. I love how you said it, you know, on spectrum on the different ways, the back end of it and everything. So
Yes.
Stefan, you had almost 60, 70 different people on different platforms, different types of AI, and you've had them talking with us. So what do you think about that when she said that, you know, across the back end part of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's expensive and the energy is just crazy. And you find yourself not competing against some other ones, but people like, y'all need to check out Latimer.ai. It's extraordinary. John Passmore did that. He's has it at a bunch of HBCUs right now, just upgraded it. But it's a model, you know, built on OpenAI, ChatGPT, and Chat Black GPT. I just saw Aaron up in DC a few weeks ago. And again, it's built on that model. It's a tough thing. And I'd probably know several more that are building maybe different types of AI bots, avatars, agents, and really using things like vibe coding. But inevitably, it feels like we're coming back to some of those just because it's very expensive. You know, I'm not sure the road that we would get to actually, especially just build one. We need a bunch of them. You know, we have, yeah, we don't want like every black person got to go to, you know, blankety blank. Uh, so yeah, it's a tough road, but I think we should be doing it for sure because then we own it.
And we own it. Now, I'm gonna go from you again real quick and stuff like that because I had another question. How can AI help Black families or churches build wealth together? Because I know you big on faith. I know we sat on the call for a while.
Mhm.
How can that help with our families and our churches? AI.
Number one, I'd be doing something like this all the time. Hey, hey, ChatGPT, so how can AI help Black families and churches right now?
Hey there, AI can actually be a pretty cool tool for Black families and churches in a few different ways. For instance, it can help families manage their finances better by providing budgeting tools and investment advice.
Okay, wait. I got a question though, but I don't even know where to start. So how about this? You ask me a question so we can figure out where I need to start in this. So you start the conversation with me, okay?
Let's see. How about this? What's one area in your family life or in your church?
So I'll stop it there. So what I'm saying is we just have to use some of these things. If you have ChatGPT, you have that. Just go to your name, go down to settings, scroll up to voice, and you have it. And this stuff isn't like the gospel or anything. It's not God. It's just think of some mega strong computers that are predicting kind of what you need as an answer, and they're trying to give it back to you real fast. And to tell you the truth, y'all just think if you use your phone and you use spell check in a text message, that is AI. That's, that's been trained to try to get that letter and that spelling that you needed. So we jump from a simple spell check to this, and it's more like a voice rather than me putting in a prompt to tell you something. So number one, we have to use it. And what I did was turn the conversation. I said, well, I don't even know where to start. So how about this? You help me start. And I want to say this really strongly. Use this type of thing in your business and as part of what you do. This is a 2025 conversation. In 2028, we won't even be talking about this. It's just going to be woven in. I'm just saying we need to do it in 2025, do it responsibly. Again, know that it's not the gospel, but it is woven into everything. You can't even Google right now without using AI. So just go to it and say, hey, help me do this. All right.
All right, thank you, thank you. I know we got two of our brothers inside of here, Mike Jones, Tariq. Y'all got businesses. Y'all use AI. One of y'all want to speak up on AI in business? One of y'all, one of y'all.
Up in here. Yep. Yeah, so my name is Tariq Archibald. I'm from Michigan. I'm a founder of a couple of AI apps. Recently just sold one of them. But I think AI in business, most importantly for small businesses, the best thing to do is identify a couple small tasks that you feel like you can automate. I was talking with Michael yesterday, and he said he built a few internal applications just to improve his processes. So I think everybody tries to start big. They want to build a whole business. They want to automate the entire business. Just fix one thing that could save you a couple hours a week and then move on to the next. And then if you can get more skilled, partner with people like Michael that are good at connecting the processes, you might be able to pull 2, 3, 4 AI agents together to now save yourself 10, 20 hours a week. But I think the biggest thing is just tackling one thing at a time. And then I would say the other thing is to be cautious. I believe her name was Aquarius. She said be cautious for a reason. AI right now, depending on what model you're using, some are very agreeable, some are very disagreeable. Just be careful. Like ChatGPT right now at the moment feels more like a companion than a business coach. It wants to be your friend. It's always going to tell you that you're right. It's always gonna, you could say the sky is blue and it'll agree with you. So be very careful of that because their goal right now is to increase subscriptions. It's not to give you value, it's to continue to increase subscriptions. If you like it, you use it. So you have Grok on the other hand, that's inside of X. That's a whole nother data issue that is going the complete opposite way. It wants to argue everything. So, but it's important to have access and really utilize the different AIs and understand what the strengths and weaknesses of all the models are, all the different providers, because they are all trained on different data sets. So those are kind of my couple tips that I would say for businesses and people in general that want to use AI.
Okay. Anybody else on business and AI? Are we on that part right there?
Hey, Antoine, let me jump in for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
So one of the things that I guess the first tip is don't be afraid of it, right? Because so many people are terrified of AI. They're worried about it taking over their jobs, taking over their lives. I don't know, undoing their homes. I don't know, all kind of stuff, right? So don't be afraid of it, right? You have to embrace it. You can't stick your head in the sand and say, oh, I don't want to be bothered with it, because it's real and it's here and it's not going anywhere. And if we utilize it properly, like so many of the speakers have said, then we have the opportunity for it to just transform our lives in a way, financially and so many other ways that we never even knew about. So don't be afraid of it. And Tavanya, the sister who was speaking before, what you said, I was just talking to, and I was hoping she was going to be on this call, Veronica, Teresa Kennedy. We went to an AI conference recently, and at that AI conference, they were talking about, and she was talking about how AI is coded now and being coded biased, right? And not in our favor. And so it's important that we know that, and we do create our own not chat, but GPTs and things like that, so we can tell the story properly, because it's definitely being coded in a biased way, and we need to be aware of that, so we know that the information that we're getting from it is sometimes a little biased, and we need to make our own way when it comes to that. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Absolutely. Can I jump in
go
real
ahead.
quick? Yeah. We need to develop more platforms that can exponentially put out our data, because now we're at the point where models are being trained by synthetic data, which is data that was already created by other models and not people. So we're really far behind when synthetic data is what's training the data. So now you're already, again, you're leaving out everything from facial features to complexions to even whole groups of people that they may not know exist, and who their culture is. So we're that far behind because they're no longer training it on data that was created by humans. So that's why it's like super important now that we are putting out our own data exponentially, so that we can get that into the training data that's going out into the world, where all of the models are picking up this data from. So that's like synthetic data is the thing now. So again, that puts us like light years behind now that they're already using the data that their AIs are creating. And it goes back to how important it is that we support Black tech. We're going to have to put together money and raise funds that goes into Black tech. I personally funded my projects. I'm a founder of a few AI platforms as well. And I'm talking to entertainers, et cetera, and I'm trying to beat it into them about how important it is that we get that kind of wealth into Black tech so that we can do these things, because it will erase them as well.
So definitely, I love that, staying on top of it, creating it, being aware of it, knowing the new thing is coming out, and making sure that we're in line with it. And as we build it, we need to create it for, and then share it, and make sure it actually has what we need for us, because it's everything that we're talking about. It's only as good as who inputs what information into it. Because I didn't know when I first on ChatGPT at first, and then I compared it to Black GPT and Lattimore and stuff, and realized I could ask it why not to touch a Black woman's hair, and it tells me exactly, the historical value behind it and the books around it and everything. So not just utilizing for us, but other people to teach them, so I don't always have to teach someone else. So definitely around that value of community and systems, and how we're actually combating white supremacy. Let's be honest, and everything that's still in our systemic racism is still out here and live. So when we talk about our community, we talk about HBCUs, in which I run an HBCU program. We definitely have communities that are building on, where we came from, historical NAACP, Urban League, Black Chambers, and we need to make sure our historical organizations are utilizing these platforms, these AIs, and learning it and teaching it to our kids, teaching it to our communities. So definitely, I want to hear from Vashon or Miss Morris or Miss Bassie.
So actually, let's hear from Jamal. Jamal.
All right, we give him about 2 minutes. You ready, Jamal? All right, because I know you do a little business and everything. Go ahead, and drop some nuggets, okay, real quick. You there, Jamal? All right, Jamal. So we'll wait for him to come back.
All right, let's go to the next thing.
All right, so I had a great conversation with Miss Vashon, my homegirl right there. It's right that. So definitely drop some nuggets. I know we talked and everything. Tell me what you do, who you are.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Vashon. I'm from Las Vegas. Hi, Stefan. I know Stefan on the call. And I'm a strategist, and I help with the integration of technology, business and systems, as well as partnerships. And I do have always just had a passion for AI, from the perspective of how it's going to ultimately impact the Black community. So this was, whether that's negative or whether or not that's positive. So I wanted to share, a perspective, and this is something that is really like deeply on my heart. I just had a meeting yesterday, with one of my clients that has a financial literacy initiative, for youth. And when they made a shift in their organization to move away from sports and food programs primarily into financial literacy, this predated maybe about a year before AI, came into the front. And one of the positions that, that I made is that we understand the wealth gap. I mean, I think the statistic right now is that the average Black family would be at zero wealth by 2050.
2050 people, let's make sure we're going to change that. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the problem is that AI can actually exacerbate that,
Mm.
negatively. And there's some statistics that they're trying to kind of wrap their mind around. However, it also has the opportunity to remove barriers. So my fundamental question right now is, how do we do that? We know that technology moves extremely fast. And as time goes on, it will move faster and faster and faster. So I tell people when I first left college, I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was. Okay, date myself, but there was about 4 tech years in a single year. Now I think there's about 10. And I think before 5 years, the next 5 or 10 years are over, we will have about 20 tech years that is happening in a single human year. So what that means is you look up and you say, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that's happening. And there's a whole world that's even missing this, AI stuff. Right now, I think the statistic is that only 34% of even Americans have actually used ChatGPT. I just find that I'm amazed by that. When I hear people have not heard of ChatGPT, I'm like, what rock have you been? What rock have you been under? So I guess if I had a share for today, just kind of what's on my heart, I was trying to, see the flow of the conversation, is that there is a stat or prediction that AI has the potential to widen the wealth gap by 43 million a year. That, I mean, yeah, 43 million a year between time's up, sorry.
Keep,
Who
keep
does
going,
that?
finish up.
Who does that? That is crazy. Y'all need to warn people about that. Okay, I'm
That's why
done.
I'm playing over there.
Why would y'all do that? That is horrible.
We get the Sandman here. You get the Sandman here too.
Time up there. Oh gosh. Okay.
The
Anyways,
timer's up
I'm
there.
done.
So definitely, I love what you said and everything. And we just had my homeboy with education in the room too. So we're gonna make sure we get Mr. Cedric in here. I definitely want to hear. So Jamal, you gonna go real quick about some nuggets connected to business, and then I want to hear about collegiate and education and AI and economics. Go ahead, Jamal.
We got you over here. Good to see everybody on this topic, man. For us, it stuck the water to us. We understand what we're doing, but like one thing with Mr. Stefan, I'm gonna give you a tip up top, man. You said something earlier. I want all of y'all to stop talking to AI like you talk to Google. Give what you're trying to do a role. If you in music, be my beat maker. If you in cooking, be my expert advisor. Give it a role. When you give it a role, it has a different thought process. We got a system called Oasis, where we combine a lot of GPTs, a lot of LLMs, and you got to remember, a large language model and the GPT are not the same thing. They function somewhat the same, but they're not exactly the same. So you got to know what you're doing. With us, we are self-contained entity. Gorilla Beats, Gorilla Mini Films, Magnus Primate Holders, which is the real estate, you know what I'm saying? GWO Comic. That's all intellectual property on the blockchain under us, fueled by AI. I got my own IP. That's where we have to start stepping this up. Where you got your own intellectual property. You can own these things, combining Web3, combining the blockchain, and combining AI together. This way, this got to go. Don't look so. Okay, I got on culture in. Okay, we already know the numbers of us using it. I'm gonna give everybody a test. Say, give me a hip hop Bugs Bunny. Don't give it a roll. Say, give me a hip hop Bugs Bunny. Whether you GPT, Grok, Claude, DeepSeek, whatever you use, right? And it will just usually throw the big chain on, the big sneakers, because it doesn't really have an idea of what hip hop is, right? So unless we put our information into it, unless we fuel it the way we need to fuel it, we won't get the prompts and the responses that we're looking for. It won't happen. The more information we feed it of us culturally. Okay, I gave y'all advice last week. When I do real estate, I do what I call cultural analysis. So I do a lot of stuff in Texas. So if I'm talking to, let's say I'm talking to Galveston, give me the major guys in Galveston that do this, this, and that, acting as my cultural analysis, right? So they say these guys ride Harleys, or these guys ride horseback. So I can create content that will target them the same way they target us. You know what I'm saying? So we have to use it as a weapon in business, but know your scale. Know where you are, know what you need to scale up. Like the young brother Tariq said, you get a couple of automation tasks under your belt, some stuff that's automated for you. you need a virtual assistant, you need maybe somebody making some calls for you. Use it like my brother said, use it as a weapon, man. That's what you got to do. But you got to know how to talk to it. You know, we've done stuff on Replit. I've been all over this space, and I've been on this space with LLMs 2018, 2017. So I've been in this space for a little while. You know what I'm saying? But what we do is we create what we want. Simple. Anybody that knows me that's seen my stuff, I create what I want, how I want, when I want. And that's a tool for us. And remember, where you got things like fan base and you do have the blockchain, that's your own intellectual property, where you can take it to the blockchain and you can own that. That's yours. You can build a community for yourself and sell what you got to sell. But for us in AI, it's no fear over here. We make what we want and we move through the systems how we got to move through. Simple for us. Not that different.
Awesome. Thank you. Stefan, can you expound on what he said about telling it who it should be? Because I know we had like several conversations with your AI, especially if it needs to be an accountant, it needs to be this, or tell us the truth. Expound on that.
Yeah, I mean, giving it a starting point or a persona is important, depending on, just start from that point. Give it the information it needs to have for your conversation to go where you want it to go, not where you want it to go. But I mean, some of y'all know we'll use pi.ai. It's not bad at all. That I use as ChatGPT. And for what it's worth, a lot of people here probably on X, or Twitter, and their Grok 4 just came out. So I'm not endorsing it at all. But their voices, they got a couple of voices. Again, I just want to throw it out there, only because I know people are still on X. So and here's the other one, Sesame. Y'all need to go to sesame.com. It has only two voices on there. One is Miles, one is Maya. And I just heard from the CEO today, because we were talking about the voice of Miles and how they put that together and some ideas regarding that. So sesame.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So now I want to shift towards a little education, since we got my brothers and my sisters in here doing HBC stuff, doing education stuff. Definitely, Cedric, if you want to tell us where you at, what you doing and everything. And I mean, you unloaded some stuff a few weeks ago too.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. And glad to be here. As doing the family thing, so I'm a father and husband first before I joined. But my background originally actually is in science. I went to HBCU, Virginia State. I started out actually as a chemist before I pivoted into education. So now my primary focus on everything is educational empowerment. I actually just awarded the fourth scholarship. I have a STEM scholarship that I created 4 years ago in memory of my mom. I lost my mom when I was 10 years old to breast cancer. I'm happy to have been able to make that announcement. So our youth, specifically for Black students, pursuing STEM degree pathways. So that's one of the things, but all of that is that's kind of the major kind of apex, and then there's a lot of things under the umbrella. For example, right now, my main push and initiative is STEM 1000. I created 2 books recently. Actually, I have a copy of one. The first one I did, which was Algorithms of Success, STEM Stories to Inspire. And again, it's really just about making storytelling in terms of these STEM career pathways, making them tangible and real to our youth. So really pushing that, as well as another book for younger children, ages 4 through 7. It's called A is for Algorithm. And with that, understanding even what the brother was saying about hip hop and culture, right now I have a trademark pending for the phrase "I am the algorithm," and realizing that we're the ones who shift and move everything, and building through that because I'm in education. I've been a teacher. I've been a school leader, et cetera. Worked in curriculum. A lot of those things, I was like, well, why not be able to leverage my skill set for the things that I've built for other people, for our youth, and been able to kind of grow with that. Even thinking about things like what I initially started doing. I worked a lot in mathematics, so I started creating melanated mathematics, which is math and financial literacy content, but it's all written in the context of Black history and culture, and then also infusing in the AI tools, right? So I created a bunch of different GPTs and bots and things like that. So embedding some of those directly into some of the resources to then loop our families in to kind of close some of those generational gaps where you might have some of the elders who might be apprehensive, but if they have these tools kind of embedded in the resources for the children, they all can learn together. And building through that, and I've done a lot of work, more so really positioning a lot of it within alternative learning spaces and definitely like within the homeschool sector. Um, the Black homeschool sector has outgrown and outpaced, I think, every other demographic since, the pandemic. So yeah, that's really the biggest push. Again, educational empowerment, I am the algorithm, and instilling these things in our children very early so that they can see the trajectory that they can potentially be on and make those steps to be successful.
Awesome. Oh, just on time before we had the. Oh, you no. So awesome. I definitely love the education. You say the HBCU you went to. We're gonna actually go to our HBCU person over here who's having classes and trainings and been doing it for several years. And then we're gonna have Thomas after her. So Miss Morris, what you got going on? Can't hear you.
My bad. I didn't have
Here
the
you
mic
go.
on. What's happening?
What's up, girl?
Hey, I'm Dr. Muhsinah Morris, and I am a biomolecular chemist by training who decided that it was a great idea to teach my advanced in organic chemistry course when I was department chair at Morehouse College in virtual reality. So we made virtual reality the classroom and have taught over 47 virtual reality classes since the spring of 2021, ahead of any other institution. So we are the blueprint for over 200 metaversities. We work with a company as our EdTech partners called Victory XR. And we've also created AI teaching assistants with them that are culturally responsive and culturally appropriate for our students in spaces that our students also help to create. So we've done this across disciplines, not just in chemistry, but in education, because I am a K-12 certified educator and have taught in the school system as well. But I train pre-service and in-service education professionals across the globe on how to create their own AI teaching assistants using the platform. And I do a lot of training to get educators to use emerging technologies just in general. I am a mom, so my students have named me Dr. Mom, and I tell them that's okay as long as it's Molder of Mines. And I am a mom of 5 boys. So I have 5 sons, ages 29 all the way to 8. I have a son that has autism. And so a lot of the work that I do is in the intersection of working with neurodivergent individuals and those with exceptionalities in order to make sure that they are empowered within this world of emerging technology. But I always say my company, Metaverse United, and my new institution, One Metaversity, is there to help people from the womb to the tomb find where they belong in the embodiment of the internet.
Womb to the tomb. So is it helping us to close the wealth gap? Where's the economic part of what you're doing and what you've been doing through education?
Is making sure that we're prepared for what's next, what's the future of work, what is the new skill set that you need, because it doesn't matter the technology. What it does matter is that you're ready for it. You're
ready for it.
Yeah, you're ready to be to adapt to what is coming to you, because technology has changed so rapidly within the last decade. I mean, it's actually changed the landscape of higher education. You have higher education professionals that are still way behind the 8 ball. And so it's starting to make higher education actually not necessary, to be honest. And so like what is the next for knowledge workers? Because we as Black Americans and young Black people still need a degree. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
You still need some paperwork. And because otherwise people still feel like you have not accomplished anything. And so people do judge you and do measure you by your level of education. And education should not just be for that particular degree necessarily, but realizing that technology is taking over all disciplines. So it doesn't matter that you are in the humanities, you're going to have to use this, whether it's digital humanities, you're going to have to digitize the knowledge that you know, you're going to have to transform it using AI, you're going to have to fact check, you're going to have to develop a healthy skepticism. So it's a whole lot of the skill sets that you have to have that make you valuable in this new future of work. And yes, AI is taking your jobs. Yes, automation is taking your jobs. Yes, things are changing. I mean, nobody is at a donkey stand anymore, and nobody else is is galloping on a horse at this particular time to get from point A to point B. Now we have cars that are driving themselves, and all different things. And so for me, we've got to level up our understanding and knowledge, and somebody has to do it. I mean, being the first person to create a metaversity at a historically Black college and university, and to get global, worldwide recognition for the work that I have done is huge, because I am at these tables. I am talking to OpenAI. I'm a global education fellow, and there's nobody else that's at the table. And not only am I at the table, but I'm holding them accountable for what they need to provide for us as a people, as a community, because it's necessary that they hear us and that they don't appropriate our culture, because we already define it. So that's really what I do, but it's all about having listening sessions and making sure that I'm a part of these conversations, just to hear what the community is saying. And as you all can see, I just came from the pool and have washed and locked my hair. My son said I look like a 10-year-old, and I have showed up here because I feel like it's valuable and important.
Thank you. I know she texted me. So thank you so much. So that, and that's why from the education from K through 12, we're talking about college, HBCUs. I have an HBCU program. I'm gonna talk, several of y'all I got meetings with next week and the week after. Definitely how we actually interrelate our communities. When we talk about, I said it earlier, when we talk about group economics, you automatically shift towards money. But group economics can be these resources right in this room. People have been dropping things in the chat. Drop your AI in the chat, drop your LinkedIn in the chat, save the chat later. Definitely Stefan has showed me from Black AI Literacy Week. Save that chat because it's nuggets. People are dropping stuff in there. We are really going around.
Anton, can I jump in real quick? I definitely want to connect with Muhsinah, because I'm in VR as well. So I was like, oh wow. But I just wanted to say this before I leave. I don't really push my stuff out there too much, but we are in the middle of a launch. We're launching the browser EB Everything Black next week. It's the first Web3 all Black browser. And one of our domains we're launching our TLDs is .hbcu. Those domains will work within the browser, because we're trying to keep everything within the browser so that people, actually use this browser. So since we're on the topic of HBCU, I wanted to get that out there.
I mean, I got to talk to you too.
That's what I'm talking about. So we have .guap. I don't know if some of y'all know, I am the founder of Guap Coin. So we have .guap and we have .hbcu, and we'll be having some other TLDs, because speaking of education, the main point of the browser is to make sure that we preserve our information, culture, all of these things that are being wiped away. I had a big battle over Harriet Tubman online, and I said, well, I'm going to dedicate a whole section in this browser to Harriet Tubman, because she's not going nowhere. But so if you can, kind of connect with us, and the browser will be on Mac and Windows right now, and the mobile browser will be out next month. So I just wanted to throw that in there, because
Awesome. So thank you so much. I definitely want to talk to you. Like I just said, Miss Morris and stuff, because my company is doing, I have several different interns at HBCUs. We're looking at connecting with HBCU students going into AI, regardless of their degree program. We're going to be working across the US, all 107 HBCUs. And then we actually have the interns right now. We had it inside chat Black GPT. We asked what states have the most systemic racism and white supremacist organizations and stuff. And then we talked about actually buying that land up and stuff. And we talked about how we start more Black businesses and how do we get more VCs to give money to those same businesses in those states. This is all strategy. And I don't always have to use my strategy just by myself. I can use Chat GPT, Chat Black GPT, and I can use everybody in this room. That's group economics to people.
Hey, Antoine, I had a question. Ms. Morris, are there any specific tools, AI tools, that you found have been really helpful for people who are experiencing life through the lens of a neurodivergent experience? So are there any specific AIs that you think can be helpful to parents to work with those young people, or just to adults that kind of help them connect to this better?
I am a fan of ChatGPT. So, like, to be quite honest, I haven't found a large language model that works better for me for the things that I need in terms of how I've customized it to know exactly how to answer and frame questions in a way that I desire. And then you can create your own GPTs. But for me, I think I haven't found the perfect um, tool yet
Mhm.
for me that I'm looking for, and I just feel like I'm being called to create it because I believe that our children need kind of like AI buddies to be able to navigate the digital landscape just in general. So it's not necessarily that it's that they need something particularly for AI, is that they need something just in order to make sure that they can navigate all the digital tools. So even just computer and web browsers and just everything that they have to use, they need like an AI buddy that is alongside helping them navigate. And I've long wanted to create that. So if anybody is interested, I'd love to co-create that with someone that does it. I mean, I can do many things, but I'm just one person. So I always say, like, I believe in the collective because I didn't just do what I did even at the Metaversity alone. I had other faculty. While I'm the person that you see in the forefront, I had other people behind me saying, "Go, girl, you got this. Do this. Yes,
Okay.
you do all the talking." You know, and so they were still teaching the courses, and I was doing the training and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm saying is what I envision and what I believe is necessary for our neurodivergent population of students, I haven't seen yet.
Okay. So I know Stefan has experienced probably 1,000 different AIs. Do you for that question, Stefan? Anyone?
You know what? I would go to ChatGPT. I would go to Explore.
Bam.
Oh, yeah, and I would find some people who have created that type thing because people have. Erin has her stuff there. That's where you find Chat Black GPT. So explore some stuff that people's making. But that's a great question. Dr. Morris, great seeing you again. That is
Yes.
put that out there and say, y'all, let's do it together.
Yes. Yes.
And
So
I
definitely.
appreciate that answer. And so somebody put in the chat, Antoine, that we can't do this in a silo, right? And that's real. And that's why, experiences like this and conversations like this are so powerful. There's such an increase in incidences of children being diagnosed with autism, which is what made me ask that question. But we all on here so we can get together. We all on here so we can support this amazing platform, CPIN, that brought us all together to be able to have this conversation with each other. So thank you, everybody who gave me some knowledge about how I might be able to assist folks that I know who are in that space.
All right. As we're on the last part of this segment, because we didn't want to keep y'all too long on this Sunday. I know Thomas is going to say something and everything. We're talking about economics. This economic freedom around AI. We dropped a lot of nuggets and stuff. So I'm gonna drop some things inside the chat. I'm gonna let Thomas talk, and then anyone else that want to drop some things, you raise your hand. You probably get about a minute or two, and the Sandman will take you away. Go ahead, Thomas.
How's everybody doing? My name is Thomas Ford. I'm here out of Atlanta, Georgia. And a couple of things that has been really holding us back when it comes down to technology, and that is the economics. Because the main people that control the economics are the ones that dictate who gets where and what and how. And that has been our biggest downfall. To be honest with you, when ChatGPT came out and it started getting popular, everything that we're talking about here today, I said was going to happen. But you know what? Everybody crushed me because they said, no. We don't need to be part of ChatGPT. That's not has nothing to do with the Black community. So even people told me, like I've heard before, oh, you're before your time. This is not the time for Black people to get into AI and things of that nature. And yet one of the young ladies, I can't remember her name, spoke and she says, we're literally behind the power curve. We're behind the power curve. I have no idea how to get people to understand, especially when I speak and say, hey, there are reasons why we're behind the power curve. One of those reasons is our economic power is extremely low, for lack of a better word. We have very little economic power. The government has more control of what we do and how we do with our money, that they can at a moment's notice freeze your account for anything that they feel is under the sun. I know this, and I try to raise up the red flag as much as I can, and I'm gonna do that today with you. I'm gonna tell you, until we get control of our economy, no matter how much we want to do great things, we will not be able to be free enough to get to the mountaintop without at least being able to build ladders. And it takes what? Money and finances to empower us to build the ladders to get to the mountaintop. Now, I've created a platform, or at least and I'm not going to talk about that now because I promised Mike I won't. But it is my intentions to create a privatized economy for the Black community. And I'm working on that. Me and Mike together are working on that. And I hope maybe one of the meetings that Mike will bring me back and saying, hey, Thomas, tell him about what you got going on. And I hope that when he does, that you all will join me and see what I have going on, so that so I can help you, so we can help each other. And then we can close the wealth gap and empower ourselves on each other's backs without having to worry about Uncle Tom or everything else getting in our way. Because with technology, Web3 and all this, we have the opportunity. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. We have the technology. We have as Savannah said, we have the social capital. And so we have the room, we have the pieces, we have the parts. We have Black AI Literacy Week that's gone on twice, 2 years in a row. And then we had the mid-year, right, Stefan? What's coming up next for Black AI Literacy?
So we actually do it quarterly. So we do the annual one, and that's all 5 days, the whole week. And then quarterly, we do National Black AI Literacy Day. Our next one that's coming up is actually tremendous. It's on biology and biological science and AI, and it's being put on by Black AI Think Tank and Melanin Science. That's Dr. Carmen Banks. She's doing incredible stuff with her efforts out there. And then we have a health and AI conference that we're putting on. Hers is September and ours is October 9th. And it's a 2-day conference for us to talk about. Y'all, listen, AI is going to present some issues with mental health and the whole therapy. And it's just a mind thing. And it's a lot of information. And, everybody sit on stage. We got to just be careful with it, and be responsible. But we're going to talk about some of the health issues around AI and people in medical fields. So we got those coming up. And every Thursday night, y'all, we meet 7 o'clock. I know a lot of people in this room because you've been at our. I am happy to support you. I'm gonna put something in the chat that I would like for you to just look at. So this is what a group of us are working on. So this is my first time putting it out. All right. So what we have going on is again bringing people together for some purposes right now. And again, however we can work with people, we would love to do it. So you can reach me on LinkedIn and here. Sorry, I left a Y out of that.
Go ahead and put the Y inside it. So definitely on Thursdays, you can find them on LinkedIn and everything. You can find Black AI Think Tank, Black AI Literacy Week, 2 websites. I'm on one of them. We got LinkedIn's on it. I love his whole team that puts it together, gives you the opportunity to speak your mind and learn different things. And save the chat. So save the chat tonight. So as we roll out of here, people, thank you, everyone that came out. Lola, my whole co-partner, the founder of CPIN. Definitely, we're gonna let Mike give us the closing words and stuff like that, and how you can join CPIN, and just how we can come together as people, bring our funds together, bring our resources together, make sure that we're on the impetus of where we're going in this industrial revolution of AI technology, economics, where we're at and how we do it together, people. Let's put down all the other stuff off our shoulders and everything, all that other stuff, and come together. I'm not beefing with anybody else's communities, nobody else's, that. But how about we circulate the black dollar right in this room 15 and 20 times? How about we go ahead and make sure we support other platforms right in this room and we be intentional about it? Mike, go ahead and tell us how your intentional organization is working.
Sure. So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank all of the speakers that gave great insight into how AI affects us and in our Black economic freedom. So the whole purpose of the Closed Private Investment Network is to bring like-minded people together in order to practice cooperative. And cooperative group economics means it's not about one person maximizing their profit. It's about maximizing the benefit to the community that they belong to. And so the CPIN stands on 3 pillars: community, education, and investments. So this is a demonstration of what that community looks like. It's bringing together, again, like-minded people who care about supporting the Black community. We create an environment where we can come together, we can have general discussions like this, we can have discussions that are more specifics and detail-oriented, whether it's about AI, whether it's about Bitcoin, raw land investing, we can get into the details. And more than anything, we get to network among each other. Just think of the connections that have been made here tonight in this 1 hour. This is the type of events that the CPIN throws on a regular basis. Then there's the education part. So we provide educational courses that are mainly around financial topics so that the community and members of the community can make better informed financial decisions. So not only was this event a networking event that allowed like-minded people to come together, it was also an educational event. So there were some people here that are experts and have been doing AI for years and years and years, and there are some that are brand new to AI and are trying to figure it out and figure out where they fit in. Is AI going to take my job? How can I use AI to turn my side hustle into a real business? Right? So this is just a 1 hour overview. We've just hit the tip of the iceberg when we're talking about AI. Through our educational platform, which is the Knowledge Center, we'll have additional courses that talk about AI, and we'll have it at different levels: beginner, intermediary, advanced. And so we provide a range of different financial educational courses. And then the third pillar are the investments. AI has made it to where a single person can create their own business, can run their own business using AI agents, and like Tariq did, sell their business and then move on to the next. And the development time for businesses, instead of being months or years, are now weeks, literally weeks. And so this provides a new unique investment opportunity. And it's the investment opportunity into Black-owned AI-powered companies. And so what the CPIN does is we curate investment opportunities. We go through and we make sure that the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, the companies on their P's and Q's, that it's a well-run company, that is going to either generate or going to generate positive cash flow within a 2-year time period. So we curate low risk, high return investment opportunities, and we allow you to pool your money together with other like-minded people in order to practice that cooperative group economics. And so if there's a company that's raising $50,000 and you're interested, but you don't have $50,000, maybe you got $500, you got $1,000. Well, now you can pool your money together with other people in $500 chunks, $1,000 chunks, until we raise that $50,000. And then through a special purpose vehicle, which is like a mini fund, we then invest in that company, and you're a limited member of the investment group that invests. And so just to reiterate, it's community, education, and investments. I put the link to the CPIN networks. It's the CPIN.network. We are currently in our soft phase rollout, but here within the next month or so, we'll be fully rolling it out. And so I invite every single one of you to come and join. It's currently free to be a member. It's an invitation-only platform. I am personally inviting you to join, be part of this community, get the education, and let's pull our money together and help and support Black communities.
Let's do it. Hands in, everybody. Hands in. Hands in. Go ahead, Lord. Hands in. You ready? Look, Stefan, we're gonna do that someday. We're gonna have a and we're gonna touch hands through the computer.
Dr. Morris will work that out. Watch.
Dr. Morris, exactly. She's so smart. She probably
I
will.
literally was just thinking about the haptic feedback. I was like, that could happen.
That VR and everything. So I want to say thank you to everyone. I want to thank you, Lola and Mike. Mike definitely for putting this together, just bringing the money together, bringing people together. Tariq, Leroy, everybody inside the room. Reach out to me. Reach out to Mike. Reach out to Lola. We definitely want to come together. We're gonna support each other. So definitely, like I made sure Stefan put out this stuff. He's gonna put his LinkedIn, the pages, the LinkedIn pages. So let's just keep on coming together. Let's keep on sharing resources, keep on sharing opportunities to grow. And so we don't have to do the crab in the barrel mentality anymore. We don't have to be scavengers and everything. We don't have to push each other away. You see something wrong with my website? Tell me about it. I see something wrong with what you're doing? Tell us about it. Let's share resources and build ourselves up. Build our communities. Build our communities from our kids, our families, our schools, and everything, so that we can have economically inclined freedom to grow and to save our history and build our history over and over again instead of going backwards. So I want to say thank you and have a good night.
And come back next Sunday. Every Sunday we have Let's Talk About It, a different topic that affects Blacks economically, 5 p.m. on the West Coast, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, and bring 2 friends with you next time.
Thank you, everybody. This was super powerful. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Thank
Incredible.
you.
Yeah, very powerful room. Thank you all for putting it together. We're going to have a clubhouse room at 9:30 for anybody who wants to come.
Cool.
Thank you.
The last dragon. Oh, sorry. Wrong show. Good night.
Good night. Thanks for the invite, Antoine.
No problem.
Michael, too.